Good afternoon, fellow architects and students. My topic for today is Neoteric approaches to technology and design strategies in hospitals. The lecture will show some design strategies on hospital planning and design, and I will be citing some papers and researches related to my topic and showing some of the design solution that I'm using my hospital projects. The lecture is divided into 7 parts, and I will present the drivers of healthcare facility and the current principles of hospital planning and design. I will also present some of the international regulatory agencies and standards for hospital planning, the new technology used in patient treatment and care, and safety and maintenance will be briefly discussed. Sustainability and green principles will be explained and how it is being used in healthcare facility. I will be presenting how new technologies in hospital management can have an effect on architectural design. The research paper titled Analysis of Factors Historically Affecting Innovation in Hospital Building Design by Moslehan, Tucker, and Kokaturk focus on historical literature on the evolution of hospital buildings via holistic analysis of the contextual factors triggering the hospital design innovation over the past 100 years. This knowledge suggests that the need for interdisciplinary education to address complex and quickly evolving real-world building problems. Identified as factors affecting innovation in hospital building design are the following: architectural movements, urban reforms, research developments, advances in medical sciences, technological advancements, shift in attitude towards health, transition in institutional identity, healthcare policy, political shifts, economic shift, social transformation, developmental of health service, shifts in organizational culture, shifts in the natural environment. Evidence-Based Design and Healing Wheel of the Environment by Tom Danielson defines evidence-based design is a scientific process that uses research to create physical environment that achieve the best outcomes. EBD is especially important in healthcare, where research has shown that environment can affect patient outcomes. The goal of the EBD is to provide patient and staff well-being, patient healing, stress reduction, and safety. In the article written by Dr. Vishal Jadhav, the owner should invest in hospital design consultation to avoid frequent renovation or replanning. This will also ensure that the hospital is comfortable, as innovative, and harmonious. He also mentioned that hospital design consultants will interpret the vision and identity of the hospital in the design solutions. Hospital planning and design. Hospitals are resilient to natural and man-made disasters. Hospitals should be the last building standing after a disaster, like an earthquake. Shown on is an ongoing project of a 300-level 3 hospital with base isolators, designing the hospital to withstand earthquakes by installing engineering solutions. These base isolators will guarantee the building occupants a safe and resilient building during and after an earthquake. Another concept of safe and resilient hospital is building the hospital in a flood-free zone, and also introducing architectural and engineering solution in case the existing hospital is located in a frequently flooded area. In the research Hospital Resilience, a recent concept in disaster preparedness by Bureau Christian, hospital disaster resilience refers to a hospital ability to withstand, absorb, and respond to disaster while maintaining critical function, and then to recover to its original state or adapt to a new one. The comprehensive approach ensures that the structural component and non-structural components, emergency medical function, and disaster management mechanisms are regularly checked and simulated. Hospitals are expected to provide safe and reliable healthcare to patients. Planning not to fail is the goal of designing utility system. Redundancy in lifeline system includes mechanical, electrical, which is emergency and normal power, domestic and hot cold water that can be used for at least 3 days, a plumbing system that will not fail, technological system, which is redundancy of communication, data, also a lot of reliable vertical transport system, a fire alarm system and suppression system, fuel system, enough to provide fuel for the generators for at least 24 to 48 hours, a good access control, a redundancy of surveillance system, providing enough medical gas system during a pandemic or a disaster, and well-functioning pneumatic tube system in case it is needed inside the hospital. The lessons we learned from COVID-19 pandemic is also to have flexibility inside the hospital. The challenge was accommodating the sudden surge of patients and providing treatment spaces. The trend now is to have more flexible spaces that can be transformed into spaces that can provide necessary infrastructure that is needed in treating patients. Introducing a modified Florence Nightingale ward can accommodate a large number of patients in case there will be a patient surge during the emergency. Accessibility is the practice of making information, activities, and environments sensible and meaningful and usable for many people as possible. Inclusivity is the practice or policy or providing equal access to opportunities and resources for people who might otherwise be excluded or marginalized, such as those having physical or intellectual disabilities or belonging to minority groups. So in building new hospitals or designing new hospitals, you need to bear in mind the accessibility and inclusivity, catering to people that are marginalized or are excluded or have physically or intellectual disabilities. Another feature that can be seen on new hospital is designing for staff well-being. Employee well-being is a combination of physical, mental, emotional, and economic health. It can be influenced by workplace, relationship, and resources and decisions. Some ways to improve hospital staff and well-being include supporting their health and wellness, providing adequate staffing, ensuring the health and time and space to work safely and comfortably, engaging in a positive culture that prioritizes well-being, creating trust and identify the needs of the staff, providing clear tasks, offering motivation, providing benefits like financial support, health aids, and work-life measures. Biophilic design is an architectural approach that aims to connect people with nature. It involves incorporating natural elements into buildings and interiors to create a more productive and healthy environment. This theory has scientific evidence that can reduce the patient's stay inside the hospital. High-performance building materials used in the envelope is one main factor that determines energy performance. The Philippines, situated above the equator, is located in the tropical zone. Building envelope is important in tropical climate because they can help regulate interior temperatures and reduce the need for heating and cooling. In tropical climates, which are hot and humid, it's important to keep the sun's heat out and maximize ventilation. The study, a comparative simulation study of thermal performance of building envelope, wall material in the tropics by Janat, Hussein, Abdullah, and Cotgrave concluded that heat transfer rate into the buildings highly depends on the thermoplastic properties of the wall material. The thermal mass improved with an increased thickness, which also resulted in a better thermal efficiency. The energy consumption of spaces significantly varied depending on the shape of the spaces. The spatial orientation influenced thermal performance of the external wall as the maximum surface area exposed to solar radiation causes heat gain. The best performance for tropical climate condition was obtained for buildings having the elongated surface oriented north-south. The main entry and lobby of the hospitals have evolved from hotel-like to an equipped smart system area. This will ensure safety and security upon entering the hospital. Hospital lobby have touchscreen or contactless entry doors, separate circulation routes, restrict the public from entering staff areas. A system of security cameras discreetly placed to track people within the hospital, and security desks are now seen before entering the hospital. The emergency department has evolved from 2-entry facility to a 3-entry facility. Shown on the left is the common design of emergency department. First entry directed to the triage, and the second for the code orange are patient need isolation and decontamination. The left plan as a 3-entry facility, which is the third entrance for patient going to the emergency. The third entrance will take the patient who are using medical ambulances as a transport vehicle. The patient inside the ambulance have already called the hospital emergency triage for priority care to the resuscitation bay or minor operating room. The area enclosed by the red box is the urgent care section for patient in code green, which is less urgent. Lazy boy chairs are provided for this type of patient. Emergency department also have included more isolation facilities or isolation rooms. The set of rooms are separated from the rest of the main emergency department by interlocking doors upon entering room, which is also provided with an ante-space or a ante-room. Room pressurization is electronically controlled and monitored using smart technology. Design of rooms, which is isolation rooms. Isolation precautions should be used for patients who are either known or suspected to have infectious diseases, are colonized or infected with multi-resistant organism, and those people who are particularly susceptible to infection. Source isolation, which is on the figure on the left, aims to confine the infectious agent and prevent it from spreading from one patient to another, which is what we did during the COVID-19 pandemic. This is called the barrier nursing. Another is protective isolation. It aims to protect the immunocompromised patient who is at high risk of acquiring microorganisms from either the environment or from other patients, staff, or visitors. This is commonly seen in intensive care unit where people are being protected from the outside environment. Surface and finishes inside the hospital are the use of washable and cleanable building materials in public areas are necessary. Also in surfaces in high-risk clinical areas, including operating rooms or operating units, intensive care units, obstetric units, and neonatal special care nurseries, should be smooth, seamless, inorganic, and impervious with sealed or welded joints. The introduction of interior PVC linear panels to achieve outstanding durability, safety, and shock absorbent, low-cost, hygienic, and variety of designs to choose from. PVC and vinyl are used for ceiling, walls, and flooring. In terms of furnitures, materials that should be avoided for furnitures are porous materials with groove or ridges. These can harbor microorganisms and form biofilms that are hard to clean. Fabrics should be resistant to moisture and mildew and are odor resistant. Man-made fabrics like polyester, microfiber, or olefin are durable and can handle chemical upholstery cleaners. Soft furnishing should be easy to clean and compatible with detergents and disinfectants. They should be covered in a material that is impermeable, preferably seam-free or heat-sealed. It is a fact that high ventilation rate is effective in reducing cross-infection of airborne diseases in hospital and isolation rooms. Natural ventilation can deliver a much higher ventilation rate than mechanical ventilation in an energy-efficient manner. The paper written by Kian, Lee, Seto, Ching, and Sun are actual measurement of naturally ventilated hospital wards in Hong Kong. The research results prove that natural ventilation could achieve a high ventilation rate when both windows and doors were open in a ward. Same-handed patient rooms are designed with head walls on the same side of the room, usually on the left. Same-handed units configuration reported lower noise levels, better sleep quality, more frequent approaches to patient right side, and improved satisfaction with organization of the workplace at patient bedside. On the picture on the right is one of our finished project that we use the same-handed patient rooms on all of the single patient rooms. In today's hospital, there will be more acuity adaptable units inside the hospitals. This room can provide treatment on all stages of patient care to come and at all times, from the time of admission to discharge, minimizing the amount of patient transfers, help decrease medication errors, infection rate, and medical complications. So you don't need to transfer people from the ICU to the regular room because the acuity adaptable units can be transformed from an ICU to a regular room without moving the patient. A hybrid operating room is a surgical unit that is equipped with medical advanced imaging devices such as fixed C-arms, X-ray tomography, computer tomography, CT scan, or magnetic resonance imaging or scanners. These imaging devices enable minimally invasive surgery. Technology integration in hospital can improve patient care, efficiency, and safety. It can also help hospital meet patients' expectation and organizational goals. Some examples of medical technology includes BP apparatus, stethoscope, denture, surgical equipment, 3D printing, robotic surgery, laser surgery, artificial organ, and pacemakers. The regulatory compliances. So JCAHO is Joint Commission on Accreditation of Healthcare Organization, is the oldest and pioneer organization who started the hospital accreditation program in USA. They developed the quality standards for compliance by hospitals. The system of accreditation was based essentially on assessment by compliance of the standards through self-assessment as well as on-site survey by an external team of surveyors appointed by JCAHO. The program involves accreditation of hospital in any country of the world, including the Philippines, on the basis of uniform quality standards called the JCI standards, designed for international application. So some of our hospitals in the Philippines have the seal of JCI. International Health Facility Guideline is an international guideline for planning, briefing, design, and construction of healthcare facilities. This guideline placed emphasis on achieving outcomes that reflect current healthcare practices in a safe, appropriate environment at a reasonable facility cost. They represent patient-focused, research-based, modern, and efficient planning principles. So these international guidelines is commonly seen in countries in the Middle East. ISO standards for healthcare facility include ISO 9001 Quality Management System, ISO 14001 Environmental Management System, ISO 45001 Occupational Health and Safety Management System, ISO 50001 Energy Management Standard, ISO 27001 IT Security Management Standard. These standards can help healthcare organizations manage risk, meet legal requirements, meet industry standards, deliver high quality care, manage and control risk, and to keep employees safe. The Health Facility Service Regulatory Bureau of the Department of Health Philippines provide licensing accreditation for health facilities and services. This includes hospital, laboratory, psychiatric care facilities, and other health-related treatment and diagnostic facility. The health facility related standards in the Philippines, this will be harmonized and compliance certification of health and healthy health facilities and health safe seal of healthy health facilities will be issued by the Department of Health Philippines. There will be incentive to hospitals that can meet the standards. Some of the guidelines that were updated, which is the clinical laboratory and molecular pathology guidelines, the revised guidelines for establishment of general hospitals in the Philippines, which they explain the certificate of needs, the interim guidelines for application for licensing to operate limited service capability of the clinical laboratories. They reiterated the level 1, 2, and 3 requirement for hospitals. Supplemental guidelines for administrative order number 2023-0013, which is also the same as the revised guidance for establishment of general hospital, but it is catering to the southern part of the Philippines. The green health practices towards inclusivity and sustainability, the regulation of licensing and governing licensure of COVID testing laboratories performing nucleic acid amplification test, NAAT, which is the COVID-19 testing laboratory that was introduced in 2019 during the COVID-19 pandemic. New rules and regulation governing the clinical laboratories of the Philippines, and guidelines on implementation of telemedicine and delivery of individual-based health services. Medical technology. The robotic assisted surgery. So this is used in prostate cancer surgery. The Da Vinci surgical system can perform prostatectomies, which involves removing the prostate glands and surrounding tissue. In gynecological surgery, the robotic assisted surgery commonly helps perform hysterectomies or removal of the female reproductive organs. This can also used in removing myomectomies or fibroid removal. In cardiac surgery, this is also used in performing mitral valve repair, which is in the heart. This is also used in pediatric surgery, and the equipment or the Da Vinci surgical system ranges from $1.5 million up. Another is the artificial intelligence assisted surgery. So it is a it is also a type of robotic assisted surgery. Another is the virtual reality surgery. It is a simulated imaging technique that allows surgeons to practice surgical procedures on 3D models. Surgeons can use VR to explore patient anatomy, practice complex procedures, mark the location of the placing devices. VR can improve patient safety and outcomes and reduce healthcare costs. However, some users have reported problems with disorientation, nausea, and uneasy. It ranges from $200,000 to $300,000 US. The augmented reality is a simulated imaging tool that can be used in healthcare to assist surgical assist. It is used for surgical assistance to mimic surgical procedures and anatomy. It is also used to demonstrate the effect of drugs and how medical devices work and treatment option. It is also used to enhance medical imaging. It is also used to train medical professionals. It is also used for patients to visualize their blood collection in the veins, and it also is being used in hospital for patient navigation. It's around 200 to 300,000 US dollars. Another is the 3D printer for surgery. This is used to produce an artificial replacement on a specific part of the human body. The 3D printed models, these are highly accurate and customized reproduction being obtained from the own radiological imaging of the patient. And these are solid, graspable objects allowing for free manipulation on the part of the users. So future expectation concern on the one side of the reduction of manufacturing costs and time for further increase in accessibility of 3D printing. While on the other, the development of novel techniques and materials suitable for 3D printing of biological structures by which recreating the architecture of and functionality of the real human organs and tissue. Another is the telemedicine, which involves the using of modern technology and telecommunication for doctors to visit their patients in a virtual manner, usually over live video or through still images captured and saved for the reference on a computer. The most common use is a real-time usage. Example above shows how the patient, doctors, and specialists can all communicate together at the same time to get the best outcome for patient. This was commonly used during the pandemic, and this was maximized to help in patient care. Another is patient monitor. They are medical devices that measure, record, and display a vital signs of the patient. They can help monitor a patient response to treatment as part of the long-time care. Patient monitor can measure the following parameters, which is heart and rhythm, blood pressure, temperature, respiratory rate, blood oxygen saturation, ECG, and pulse. No? Right now, there are these patient monitoring system are becoming smaller and smaller, and they are usually now found in our watches. Another is the remote monitoring tool include a physical sensor typically worn on the body and transmits data to the internet for clinical evaluation team. The use of this tool is expected to increase particularly in chronic disease states. RPMS are essential to our daily lives. They has been proven by technology advancement. The challenges faced by the RPMS includes network lifetime, QoS, and energy efficiency. Another is the electronic health record, which is the EHR. It's a digital version of the patient medical history. It's a patient-centered record that is updated in real time and can be accessed securely by authorized user. EHR included information such as demographic, progress notes, problems, and medication. This is commonly used by the doctor's clinic, no, to document your diseases, what medication have been taken, and then this is also used for your follow-up checkup. Another is the PCCUS, point of care ultrasound devices. This is a portable ultrasound devices that are being used for ultrasound. No? Another is the medical drones, are unnamed aerial vehicles used by healthcare providers to transport medical items and interact with patients from a distance. They can be used to deliver a range of essential supplies and healthcare-related items, including blood, organs, laboratory samples, vaccines, medicine, first aid kits, serum, small medical devices. So if you are building new hospitals and you will be using these medical drones, you need to provide spaces, no, for drone parking and for drone charging and for the the vehicle that will be where the drone will be stored. Another one is the mobile disinfection unit, which is called SteriSafe Pro. It quickly disinfects surface and spaces. They can be useful during and after the COVID-19 pandemic. These mobile units are used for the disinfection of rooms and buildings contaminated with various bacteria, fungi, and spores. No, this is also used in our houses, no, which is commonly seen, the HEPA filter, portable HEPA filter. For safety and maintenance, no, so safety will be the highest priority in healthcare facilities to provide safe, reliable place to receive care. Additional steps from the standard rigorous infection control measures to ensure facility remains safe, a safe place for the users to confidently receive care. So in treating infection control, there is a antimicrobial surface coating with continuous ion emission by its function layer. The ion target bacteria, metabolic pathways that attack viruses and then inactive them. Further, the coating active product components are organic and metallic substances that are safe for humans. So this can reduce the spread of life-threatening infection. So this is a microfilm that is being sprayed on surfaces, no, to create a protective coating that will eventually kill those bacteria and viruses. So in energy efficiency, sustainable hospital design can reduce environmental impact while improving patient wellness and staff retention. So sustainable design can be based on 3 dimensions: the environmental, economic, and social. Some sustainable design features for hospitals include building orientation, daylighting, energy efficient windows, garden and green spaces, improved heating, ventilation, air conditioning system, native vegetation, rainwater harvesting, solar panels, sustainably sourced materials, and water efficient landscaping. For green hospitals, they are designed to be environmental friendly and enhance patient well-being. They use the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycles. Hospitals can use green materials in construction and in their options and then operations. No, in the Philippines, the energy sector makes up 82% of the carbon emission, which is the building, and which is the total carbon emission, no, which is the energy sector, and 6.48 of this comes from the building. We can reduce the carbon emission from the embodied energy of the building by using green building materials. No? Use eco-friendly materials instead of heavily processed or potentially toxic materials for construction. Another green, promising green system is the modular construction, no, which is being used by using larger components or that have been prefabricated or made in an off-site facility. Prefabrication allows more controlled environment to build in, which can result less material waste, reduced energy consumption, and higher quality of workmanship. In hospital management, patient-centered care, also known as personal-centered care, is a partnership between a patient and their healthcare workers. It involves respecting a patient values, preference, and goals, involving a patient in all the decisions about their health, and supporting a patient as they make decisions about their health and treatment. In patient-centered care, it aims to ensure patients are comfortable, satisfied, and well-informed. It addresses a patient's physical, mental, spiritual, and social determinants. It achieves better outcomes, and the 4 cornerstones of patient-centered care is predictive, preventive, personalized, and participative. Another is the ECQ management system or the hospital queue management system. The intelligent patient queuing system or queue management system enables the provision of self-service queuing ticket and automates patient flow distribution for enhanced counter efficiency. The system can also be customized to prioritize elderly, disabled, and pregnant patients. The real-time queue status display, a counter staff can use a desktop computer or a mobile device to call the next patient in queue. The counter LED display queue, ticket numbers, and estimated wait time is in real time. Patient can check these displays to view the queue status. Healthcare facilities can also use the queue display to present related healthcare information. The queue notification and status checking, the intelligent patient queuing management system alerts patient of upcoming appointments and queue ticket numbers. Additionally, because of the system is web-based, participant can use mobile devices to check the real-time queue status. Data analysis. The intelligent patient queuing system or queue management system can be used to generate real-time queue management reports that includes data of average wait times, daily patient numbers, and management teams can use these reports to improve the counter service. If you will be using a queuing system, this is a hospital queuing system, hospital registration kiosk. No? So you can use this self-registration kiosk and you can use your card to maybe your government card or government ID to identify yourself and then to queue it on maybe on a doctor or laboratory checkup, x-ray checkup, or any services that the hospital will provide. So you can use this hospital registration kiosk. The Internet of Medical Things is the collection of medical devices and applications that connects to healthcare information technology system through online computer network. Medical devices equipped with Wi-Fi enable the machine-to-machine communication that is the basis of Internet of Medical Things. So this means that every machine, diagnostic machine or treatment machine are connected to the web, and then all of the data are collected are collected and put into a healthcare information technology system so that it can be easily accessed by the clinicians, no, for patient care. Another is the communication network mobile app that helps facilitate the streamlined care coordination across inter-organizational care teams. So this is an application which is Pulsura. It is used for emergency management, and it is used by clinicians. No? Another is the BMS and the BAS are often used interchangeably because they serve basically the same purpose. They use a combination of hardware and software solution to control different building systems like lighting, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, access control, and others. They can also be used to measure the performance of energy consumption of HVAC system and other assets. So they can easily give you a data regarding the consumption of energy and the performance of your air conditioning. FM should monitor energy consumption because it accounts, which is FM is the facility manager. They should monitor energy consumption because it accounts for a big chunk of their facility operational costs. So building energy management system help them measure energy consumption across the whole facility and find problematic system and assets. While BMS and BEMS can come together, they usually stand-alone system and they're implemented separately. That being said, they do work very well together. BMS the primary function is to control building system and asset, while BEMS primary role is to collect and analyze energy consumption data. It tracks everything from device electricity usage to water, gas, and steam consumption. But in order to use this BEMS or BMS, you need to provide to install devices that can electronically collect data and measure this consumption of energy and performance of your equipment. So you need to also to use equipment that can be attached to a computer or a system. So the identified common subject matter that affects hospital planning and design is research and development on evidence-based design. The advance in medical sciences and emerging diseases, new methods of treatment, and possibly new drugs and vaccines. The gradually changing environment that buildings should adapt to. The emerging science of patient care drives in functional planning and design in the indoor environment. To summarize the presentation, I will focus on three topics: drivers of healthcare facility, medical technology, and regulatory compliance. I want to emphasize that the focus of both hospital owners and clinicians is to showcase hospital designs that use biophilia principles as a marketing strategy to attract clients, creating more green spaces inside and outside the building. Another factor that will greatly have an effect on new hospitals is the advances in medical science and technological advances. These two factors are changing every 5 to 10 years. New methods in diagnostic and treatment of patients, new information management solution, and equipment technology are being updated annually because of the provider competition and market demand. The hospital compliance with the regulatory body, that is the Department of Health, separate this type of facility, which is the hospital, from other buildings. The architects and engineers involved in designing healthcare facilities need to be informed of the latest DOH or Department of Health standards and international standards in order to create the best healing built environment. The hospital is a complex structure that provides a healing environment to patients. Climate change has changed the way we design our buildings and hospital. Hospital needs to adapt to climate change and must be a healthy facility. The hospital should be a model of sustainable goals and targets. The new hospital be designed using less embodied energy to limit the carbon footprint of the building. Electricity being used to energize the hospital should use renewable energy and observe the use of user initiative in using electricity. This ends my lecture for today on Neoteric approaches to technology and design strategies in hospital. Thank you very much.